Darkling. So here is another sketchbook show and tell. This is for sketchbook number 14. So we got Salt Lake Film Society and Gray Whale Entertainment and some Angel Spit. Got Birds of Prey, Urban Lounge, Black Moon Cosmetics, and one of my early attempts at stickers. So this one was from the 22nd of October 2017 to the 7th of March 2018. So we got another sticker I attempted to make. The Book Lady is a bookstore I used to go to in Savannah. This was a signature from Holly Black from when The Cruel Prince came out. This ended up being a tattoo design for somebody. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I can't remember what this is from, or this. I think I was going to put this in a zine or something. I can't remember what I was trying to do with this one, but I thought it was kind of fun to play around with. What was the use of autumn if not for dreaming of shifting fancies of beginnings brought by a cold wind? I think these were originally planned for wood burnings and they just never quite came to fruition. So because this started in October, they were doing a Tower of Terror at my local art house theater. So they did the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Night of the Living Dead, which I did as a double feature. I think this might have been from a dream or something. I can't remember what that's about. Another attempt at a sticker from one of my art pieces. A Comedy of Tenors. I don't really remember that play very well. Playing around with brush pens and ink, water, something other. Can't remember. I don't think I went to this, but they do a lot of film festivals around here. More stickers that I attempted to make. I was trying to plan out some Demon Knight, Fortune Keeper, something or other that didn't really work. I think I did turn this aspect into a full-fledged ink drawing, but I can't remember if it worked out or not. Sometimes there's just a lot of very, very rough sketches. But yeah, the Tower of Terror, they will do lots of... I ended up going to so many movies that year that they gave me a t-shirt with a bunch of director names written on the back of it because I went to so many movies. I think I went to all the ones that they aired that year. But just some gray pencil or gray pen studies. So this was kind of interesting. I was trying to do kind of oracle cards based off of the Elder Futhark runes. And these were mostly just sketches and ways that I could remember the names of all of the Elder Futhark runes because I taught myself how to write in Anglo-Saxon runes when I was in middle school because I'm a nerd. And I am still kind of behind on being familiar with the Elder Futhark. So Manez, Gibo, Ansuz, Othila, Uruz, Perth, Nathiz, Ingas. So these were kind of representatives so that I had a better chance of remembering what they were supposed to mean. Let's see, Awaz, Algiz, Fehu, Wunjo, Jira, Kanu, Tewaz, Burkana. So it was mostly just a study guide, but it was also a fun way to experiment with doing pencil sketches because I don't do as many pencil sketches as I used to because I got accustomed to working in other mediums. Awaz, Lagos, Halaz, Reido, Therasaz, Dagaz, Isa, Suelu. And if I pronounce any of these wrong, I have difficulty pronouncing English words correctly, so don't judge me too harshly. This is from Genitorturers. They are a very, very weird band. I get a kick out of them. That was a ridiculous little doodle. More Tower of Terror. So I saw the original Psycho and the original Halloween as a double feature. And this ended up becoming a tattoo design that I got on my right shin. I think I tried writing poetry that didn't work. Ministry and Death Grips. I did not have a good time at that show. I actually left like 2 songs in a Ministry set because I hated Death Grips so much and the crowd was a nuisance. I think I was trying to sew something, which probably went terribly. This was some terrible tattoo designs that I was commissioned to do. I can't remember if I tattooed them or not. I was trying to do some maybe tattoo flash, but my Copics all kind of blurred a lot of stuff together that wasn't supposed to be blurred together. I never even saw this movie despite getting the advert. I was trying to write a bunch of stuff in Ogham lettering, which I can't remember if I even had any success with that. I can't remember what that was for. This ended up being a tattoo for someone. I was trying to write down Masonic and Ogham alphabets because I thought it'd be fun. The Jesus and Mary chain was a lot of fun. I did really enjoy that show. And Cold Cave opened for them, who I also love, and that was a lucky break. Rough brush pen sketch of a cicada. Thor Ragnarok and Murder on the Orient Express. While I don't care for Marvel very much because it's just not interesting to me, I like Taika Waititi a lot, and so this is the only Marvel movie I care about and the only one I've seen more than once. And I remember Murder on the Orient Express being good but not necessary. This ended up becoming an art doll that I showed in a different video. Another brush pen sketch. Loving Vincent was kind of nice to see on the big screen because it was a very beautifully detailed film. It's the one that it has a bunch of hand-painted in oil cells. This became a watercolor that is very, very over-detailed. I can't even remember if these came into fruition. I was reading a lot of Dresden Files in October of 2017. I binged through all of the books in less than 2 months. I can't remember what this was supposed to be. I think this was supposed to, I don't know, it might have been a dream. I never even saw this one, though I mean to. This ended up being expanded into a larger ink painting. I think this was from a dream, but I'm not entirely sure. I think this has been featured in at least one of my zines, which was turned into my book. I can't remember. I think this also was from a dream, but I'm not sure. It's been years. Coco was very, very cute. It did make me cry, which was a bit of a shame. This was experimenting with colored pencils since I don't work with colored pencils very often. This ended up turning into a comic, I believe. This was someone originally wanted a tattoo design, and so I was working with this. This is from when The Shape of Water was new, and that was my favorite film of 2017, and was very happy it got an Oscar because Guillermo del Toro is the best. These are more sketches that didn't pan out. I can't even remember what I was trying to do with some of these. Yeah, I still didn't even get the tattoo design right on that. I think this was the first note for one of my stories that I later published. This is the last time I saw the Nutcracker. I actually got the tickets so that I could take my friend Cinnamon, and unfortunately she wasn't feeling well that day and couldn't go, which made me very sad. I tried to make a large comic that didn't pan out to fit into a weird frame I had. Most of my people start out as weird stick figures, kind of like this. And I don't really know what's going on with that one. I never know what's going on with half of my stuff in my sketchbook. I did end up getting this tattooed. It's on my arm that's underneath a sleeve that I can't roll up. So, this is pre-iPad days. Nowadays I use my iPad for all of my tattoo designs and for a lot of my color drawings, which just makes my life a little easier. Yeah, and these were planning for like these very long, strange canvases I had that I never even did any of, but I tried. Most of my sketches are very rough and they're 5 minutes, and most of them, by my standards, are incredibly ugly. I find all these to be impressively ugly. I ended up doing this design for a friend. It hasn't happened, but doesn't mean that it won't. I do miss my friend Cinnamon quite a bit. And she was the original model for Death, and this was based off of a photograph of her when she was 17. I definitely make way too many half-finished, barely there ideas for comics. This is from seeing Bright Star. These were ideas for zines really early on. I think I ended up doing, these two ended up turning into art dolls. I did see an operatic adaptation of Moby Dick, which I almost fell asleep in the first act for because I was just really tired that day. It was alright, but unnecessary. I did end up tattooing this on myself. Let's see. I did end up making an art doll of Jenny Green Teeth. Mary and the Witch's Flower. It wasn't phenomenal and as good as actual Ghibli things, but I did think it was very, very cute. This is a character from a story I wrote with really horribly drawn proportions. I think this was supposed to be a triptych idea that I never really finished. I don't know what these little dudes are. They're little friends, I guess. I think both of these ended up being in zines, but I wanted a salamander and a whatever this dude is, something that haunts you on the road at night. Urban Nights is a concept I like a lot. I did end up using this in my zines. This is the same character from a few pages ago. Her name is Melissa, and she is in my book. Winchester was a terrible movie. They must have spent all their money on getting Helen Mirren to appear in it because it looks stupid. It's ridiculous. I did end up making a Fuka based off of this. Moon Goddess Market Makes Nice Things. I did end up putting this in one of my zines. I can't even remember what this was supposed to be. I think I was just trying to play around with an image I had that didn't really work out. It's a shame I never finished this because sketchbooks are fine if you don't finish stuff. I did see a ballet adaptation of Cinderella that was quite cute. Lowercase I. This was a really weird play. It was one of those, like, they only have 3 people in it, and it's really depressing, and you don't know what's going on for the first half of it until the moment comes where you go, oh, now I'm sad, which is kind of a strange play. This is that character Melissa again. Black Panther I saw just because everyone was buzzing about it, and even though I don't care about Marvel movies, I thought the costume detail was really, really good. These are more little details to go with her story. And this ended up being the cover of my Betwixt Between zine. Stuff from Rain Tower. I think that I meant for this to go with the story and I just never finished it to put it into the zines. But if you've read my zines, this is in from Of Dreams and Night Blooming Things. This is supposed to be Izzy, but I didn't really finish drawing it properly. Weird Pixies. This is half of how my drawings start out. It's just like weird little try and figure out how poses go. Central Book Exchange is the place that I find a good chunk of my used books. This ended up becoming a tattoo design for somebody. I think this did too. I don't even know what this is. Lunation Leathers makes good stuff. This was, I guess I never filled out this page. Usually when I get towards the end of a sketchbook, sometimes I get a little spotty about filling out pages because the energy I had for the sketchbook just sort of wanes. So I kind of want it over with, and I get a little bad about finishing them sometimes. So this is from Shop Mazman. This was, I think, to go with a short story I was reading. I'm not really sure. I just wanted to make some alien fae creature. Yeah, see, you can get really bad about finishing it towards the end. From seeing The Thing again, just about 2 years ago. I've seen The Thing in the theater, I think 3 times. This was a movie, the first time I watched it, I was incredibly unimpressed by it, but in years since, I am now super obsessed with the amount of detail in it. And I wonder what we have in the back pocket this time, because I never know. Looks like that was supposed to be tiny clothing for something I was making. Oh, for my first order of blood milk, I believe that's a insert. Something from Angel Spit. And this is from Luciferothica, which they have cool jewelry. So that is sketchbook number 14. So slowly getting caught up. Till next time, Darklings.